Hello everyone, it's me again, Steedoj here, back with another Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 build video. This one might be a bit more underwhelming than the last one, admittedly, because instead of focusing on something that you guys really want to see, like the overall build of my female Saiyan, or something else to do with my female Saiyan, I decided I'd do just like, kind of something different. I'll go back to my female Saiyan and make another build video for her in full, with the movesets I used for her. I haven't used her in a while, and female Saiyans are really bad now, ever since they nerfed their only good combo. So, yes, this is the most I can do for you for now. I'm very sorry, but let's get into the stats that I just have in general. Now, they probably might not change by the time I make the full build video on my female Saiyan. So yes, here are the stats. I probably do want to change these by the time I remake my female Saiyan build video, because basic attack is basically dead in the water for female Saiyans. You're just doing it as filler to build up time for supers. So this might go all the way down to 0, in all honesty, because the one combo they had that supported basic attacks is just completely dead now. So we'll see about that. But yeah, here are the stats. I can't really give you like an accurate thing like I was doing before, because these are again heavily outdated. Max health is there because female Saiyans have some shockingly low health. I have to have extra in ki. 42 is 1 bar of ki and 1 bar of stamina for these two stats. So I have an extra bar of ki and stamina, and obviously my QQ banks would help for that, but I don't need that much, you know, ki and stamina, so there you go. I had 75 in basic before, because they had really decent basic. Their basic was decent, and then they had one combo that did exceptionally high damage. So you didn't need to have like 125 in basic attack or anything. Which I should say, my female Saiyan is max weight and the second most height. So I'm saying it again, max weight and second most height, because I know people still ask, hey Steve, what's the... I can't physically show you that, I have to tell you, I'm sorry. 21 in strike supers, because being max weight obviously already gives you quite a bit of strike supers, so you don't need to like go all in on it. Especially when you go Super Saiyan, that can help with the strike damage. But other than that, it's mostly shockingly low, because this is supposed to be a Ki Blast race, which is why my Ki Blast is 125. Now, the reason I'm not just a bone skinny female Saiyan with, you know, exploiting as much Ki Blast supers as I can, is because I don't even do more than a female Earthling until I go Super Saiyan. And even then, that's Super Vegeta and Super Saiyan Blue. And that's when I can do more damage than a female Earthling consistently with a Ki Blast super. But my moveset is so bad that I don't even have time to transform when I want to. It's just a complete nightmare. So you're better off just sticking with the basic and strike supers. But they nerfed basic attack. So it's just, I don't want to go on a rant, but female Saiyans are, they're struggling out here. Now, the things I have on this build as follows are this QQ Bang. I think this QQ Bang is good for female Saiyans because their supers are completely dead. Their basic attack would have still been fine. With this, like having a +5 in basic would have really helped. With this QQ Bang, because you can see it levels up health, ki, stamina, basic, and only -1s in both supers. That's very good. I think that's a superb QQ Bang. Unfortunately, it's on a bad race, so I can't really use it to its fullest, but you can see how good this would be if you could get an appropriate build for it. I have these Super Soul, you irritating little pests, because female Saiyans are basically not basic attackers. If you can boost their supers in any way, then you should go for it. If you could put anything that has damage reduction on it too, I would say do that as well, because they break very easy. They don't have much health. It doesn't help that they have a really hard time hitting people and getting out of punishment. So you'll get punished quite a bit just for playing a female Saiyan. So you want to keep that in mind, that you should at least have something on, either a damage reduction thing, or you should plan to take off their health as fast as possible. Now, without just making my entire build like cheap movesets and cheap Super Souls, here are the things I have on. Holy Inscription. I find Holy Inscription to be extremely viable for female Saiyans because the extra reach it gives you in case if you miss your attacks, which happen basically all the time. The extra reach it gives you is core, and the fact that it does really good damage the whole time too makes it even better. Now, it does eat your ki away. I think it's 1 ki bar per slash, so that can be quite yeah, that can be quite taxing on you. You don't want to drain your ki, so something that's maybe better and faster for trying to, you know, connect combos is probably better than Holy Inscription. Consecutive Energy Blast is what I put on here, although in hindsight, I would say put Misenko here. Misenko just comes up fast. It also has an escape variant where you can jump backwards while using it, in case if anything goes wrong. I would say Misenko is probably just a better option than Consecutive Energy Blast. The only reason I put it on is because on the off chance that you can catch someone, you know, with their pants down from further away, you get the full blast to just, you know, hit someone from really far away, and that's useful. Sometimes people try to Z-vanish this move, but Consecutive Energy Blast hits so often, some of the hits are bound to get through, and that can be annoying because the move actually does do quite a bit of damage. So that's why I put that on, but I would say most of the time Misenko is probably a better option. After Image. Now, you basically need an escape move 5,000% on a female Saiyan. If you don't have one escape move on a female Saiyan, you're just basically saying, I want to lose the game all the time. There's nothing else to it. you kind of need one. If you're not going to have one, then at least key cancel. Because I'm sure, I don't think there's anyone in the game who'd get mad at you key canceling on a female Saiyan. You're not a threat. You at least deserve some form of escape. I think no one would get mad at that. Riot Javelin. Now, the reason I say Riot Javelin, I'd probably put this on every female Saiyan build, to be honest. And it's very biased, I would say. But the reason I would say you should put Riot Javelin on is that female Saiyans are so bad that no matter what, you will end up with low health at some point in the fight. If it's a genuinely tough fight, you will end up with low health at some point. So Riot Javelin is essential, because there'll be that golden opportunity where your health is low and you can do some big damage to the person, and it's right there open for you. Because if you're like, oh, you don't need Riot Javelin, you can just stamina break someone. Limit Burst. Limit Burst literally killed the ability to just punish someone without Riot Javelin. So there you go. Riot Javelin now exists. If they want to Limit Burst your Riot Javelin, fair enough. But Riot Javelin's recovery is so quick, you can go punish them after they like Limit Burst to tank the hit before it comes towards them. So fair is fair. Revenge Death Ball is also a super I'd put on female Saiyans, because again, at low health the move just gets much better. Its damage is higher, it charges up its ki faster. So on the off chance you get the opportunity to use it, then you use it. And speaking of Revenge Death Ball, I'd say all of Baby's moves are just good for female Saiyans, because again, you're not gonna really live through a lot of stuff, and your only saving grace is basically super attacks. Mostly ki supers, you're basically worthless at strike supers. But you can make do with max weight and a few other stats in. So, yes, you should try Baby's moves for female Saiyans. My second ultimate attack is naturally Final Flash, because Final Flash is just a good move. It's nearly as quick as Super Kamehameha, but does way more damage. So I just find Final Flash to be better in most scenarios. I also like the way it looks more for my Saiyan, for my female Saiyan more than my male Saiyan. So, yeah, that's mostly just a preference. Now, the reason why I say the transformation should be Super Saiyan and not Blue is, even though Blue gives you stamina recovery, I feel like the only use for Blue is if you go Blue Evolution. Here's how I'd say it, right? You either go Super Saiyan, so you at least have the teleporting attack buff, because even though the teleporting attack is genuinely slower, female Saiyans have so little reach, you might as well go with it. Not to mention the charged attack being teleporting is just always a plus. Now, the charged attack being teleporting is not a benefit at all, because, bro, if it connects, you get the damage, you start your combo, you're good. And if it connects on someone's god, you just break their god. The teleporting attack is always going to be good. So if you're going Super Saiyan, I'd say it's because you just want the teleporting attack for extra range and yada yada yada. You want to catch people. But if you're going Blue, I would say go all the way to Blue Evolution. Because skip Blue, just skip Blue. Go all the way to Blue Evolution. Because the only reason I would go Blue for a female Saiyan would be faster stamina recovery, faster movement speed, and higher damage. That's it. You don't want a teleporting attack already if you're going to go Blue Evolution, because your movement speed will be so high. You could probably just dash around and punch someone. Like, you know, the Z boost, whatever it's called, boost dash. Just do that and hit someone. You're probably, your recovery will be trash because you're female Saiyan, but you have enough speed to at least make it work somewhat. Now, the Evasive I wouldn't actually put on as Explosive Wave. That was a huge mistake. If anything, honestly, we've already talked about this. 3-bar Evasives are complete trash. You don't want a 3-bar Evasive ever in this game. There's no reason to ever have one. Spirit Explosion is a much better option. While, again, Explosive Wave staggers people, this was before they actually implemented the 2-bar Evasives. So, yeah, I would say Spirit Explosion is, again, a better option. Or if you're looking for the objectively best option, it would be Instant Rise. Instant Rise is just always viable. It gets you out of danger really quickly. Other good ones I would recommend would be Super Explosive Wave. Super Explosive Wave has a really insane knockback, as well as gives lots of armor when it's, you know, starting up. So you should be fine from a lot of things while using Super Explosive Wave. You could probably combo into some things, but I don't know if female Saiyans are genuinely fast enough to do that. The other thing I would suggest is Mac Dash, because obviously you get a speed boost for doing it. And you need a fucking speed boost. You're a female Saiyan. Unfortunately, I did all my fights with Explosive Wave on, so I won't be able to show these varied evasives in action. But I hope, either way, that you can gain something out of it. And I will do a true female Saiyan build video at some point later, because they are trash now. All of these need to be reworked. Seriously, all of these. So I'll have to give it some time. But again, that will be the end of the build section of the video. If you guys obviously, you know, I'll see you guys at the fight. So don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and stay tuned for when I do make the true female Saiyan like rework build. Something I think that works for them in general. So yeah, I will see you guys in the fights.